It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag NBA.
Hands back to Brunson center court logo. Right wing. Matched up with Castle. 3 to shoot. Brunson to the foul line. Pulls up for a floater. Front rim and in. And the Knicks have their first lead with 1:22 to go in the fourth quarter. 5.7 left. No timeouts remaining. Anunoby is handed the ball. Finds Brunson at midcourt. Launches a straight on 3. Missed it short. Tip by Anunoby. He put it in. Anunoby put it in. The Knicks take the lead with 1.2 to go. Anunoby
It's not
out
over.
of nowhere. Bridges on Vassell. Hart on Castle. Robinson on Wembanyama. Pass toward the middle. Caught by Castle. Dropped by Castle. His shot is blocked by Hart. And the New York Knicks just pulled off the biggest comeback win in NBA Finals history. From down 29, they take a 3-1 series lead, stunning the Spurs 107-106.
What a beautiful mess of a game. The Knicks are up 3-1 after coming back from 29 down. How many people left, PK? Like that poor dude who hit the brake lights when Kirk Gibson's home run?
Didn't look like there were many, though. But I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah,
so.
right. I figured it had to be somebody 40 rows up who left. You're right. The courtside stars were all there. They were gawking after the game.
She was there. That's all that mattered.
Nice. Where would you like to start in that missed 3 turnover salad disaster of a game?
Well, I think you start at the end and go backward.
Well, maybe the layup with 10 seconds left wasn't not only not the best idea, it wasn't even like the 14th best idea or the 41st best idea.
Sure, you're assuming he makes both free throws. You
No,
have to
I'm
assume
not.
stuff.
I'm not that because I had just watched Wemby miss free throws. But I
Yeah, he
take my
choked.
chances dribbling more time off the
Take my
clock.
chances, baby. I'll risk it all. Oh, I don't know that the clock played, but I get the point. It was not the right move because it didn't go in. If it had gone in, it would have been, oh, great. No one would be talking about it. If Brunson came down and hit a 3 and they lost in overtime, no one would be saying anything. OG Wananobi, whatever you say his name, had a clear path.
Yes.
I wonder if they had like a 7'4" guy who would have been in the play and maybe be at the rim.
Huh.
But I needed him to guard Brunson.
Yes.
Because,
Who he did intimidate Brunson into a low percentage shot.
Right, because he knew that the lane would be wide open. There would be nobody there.
Why were they doubling? If you got Wemby on him, you don't need a second guy on him.
I don't know.
So I don't know.
He wasn't that. Who was a Fox? He wasn't going to box out OG.
In all the terrible things that happened, that was great by Anunoby to inbound the ball and don't stand there and be a spectator on the play.
No, he ran right to the
all
basket.
the way to the hoop.
It was the Red Sea.
It was a clear path.
Yeah,
and there was no foul.
But there was mentally.
Oh, mentally there were a million of them. Oh my gosh.
Wemby
So many
7'4". He
mistakes.
gags on the 2 free throws. He gagged on the turnover in game 2, and then he's flat-footed in the biggest rebound that he could have ever gotten in his life. He's only 22, so he'll have plenty more. But he's flat-footed, and this man, who's nothing but hustle, goes flying in. Now, it worked to where it went.
It came to him, right? Yeah.
But still.
You got to give yourself a chance by getting in there and getting in the
Do I want
mix.
my 7'4" guy guarding the shortest guy on the court?
Well, he had 36 points and was killing you, so yeah, there is an argument that you actually needed to take him out of the play. But when the shot goes up...
But they didn't take him out of the play. Wemby took himself out of the play.
When the shot goes up, you got to turn around and go get the ball. You can't turn around and stare or jog.
And he's flat-footed.
Yes, he was. And he was 4 of 18 shooting the ball in the last 3 quarters. And then there were times where he's volleying and tipping. It's like, grab the ball and dunk it. You're 7'4". And he's playing below the rim, slapping at it. I didn't understand
I think they
it
were
at all.
3 of 17 from 3 in the second half because some nerds said you have to take threes.
Taking terrible shots. Champagne took one as part of the Knicks 10-0 run to start the third quarter and give him life. He's 1-on-2. He's got no rhythm. He's way behind the line. There's no off him. It's like 20 on the shot clock. They just throw the ball ahead, and he just launches it before his team gets there. It was horrific.
Yeah, they were hot in the first half, but
they were also getting
great.
Yeah, but they were getting great looks in the first half. Everything you say about, well, you can take them if your feet are set and if you're open. They got so many great looks. Legler was saying it. He wasn't jumping up and down. He's like, the Knicks have to get better contests. You're up 2-1 at home. Try to compete in the first 24 minutes. Great that you didn't roll over in the second half, and full credit for the comeback and all that. But you did it to yourself in the first half. That wasn't nearly a good enough effort. And the effort was way better in the second half. And I think whoever lost that game was inevitably going to say, man, we really butchered it. Now, it turns out the Knicks got the tip in and got the win, so they don't have to say that. But they would have said it if they hadn't gotten that, because that was a terrible first 24.
Sure, that's sports.
And then the Spurs. Brutal. Sit here all morning and list all the things that went wrong. Fox throwing the ball out of bounds for no apparent reason. Fox throwing the ball to Hart for no apparent reason, and then Hart missing a layup or a dunk or not being able to pick between the two, whatever went wrong there. Blowing a tire with 2 minutes to go in a 1-point game. But in the end, the Knicks are up 3-1, and they are just a game away. LeBron James was asked about the inevitable GOAT debate surrounding him and Michael Jordan during a recent interview with Time, part of a wide-ranging interview. Quote, I'm not taking nobody over me, there's no question, but I think Mike will say the same thing. Rest is cold. Kobe will say the same thing. Magic will say the same thing. Bird will say the same thing. Shaq could say the same thing. The late, great Wilt, Kareem. I think none of us are going to take somebody else. If there's a general manager and he's eyeballing us all on the baseline with the number one pick, it's going to be hard not to take me, champ.
Champ?
I guess that's what he said at the end of his quote, yeah. Comma, champ, closed quote.
But who cares?
Lots of people, because they like to debate this, but I get your point. At the end of the day, you get any one of these people that he just listed on your team, you're thrilled. And you're winning multiple championships.
I'd have him at best fourth.
MJ1, what about Bill Russell?
No, didn't see him play. Not my era. There's 8 teams in the league. I'm not discounting what he did, but not for me. No, I put Abdul in there. I put Magic in there. I put Kobe in there. Yeah, I'm a Laker homer. I said it.
There it is. All right, DJ and PK.
Hashtag NFL.
Well, now the details are out. We told you yesterday Patrick Mahomes reworking his contract, freeing up millions of bucks for Kansas City this year. I think it was about $10 million he freed up. It extended his deal through 2033. It adds $239 million onto the deal, and it raises the overall contract value to a record $504.75 million. And it might be renegotiated again. Who knows?
Man, 3 or 4 more contracts like that, and he'll be in Cody Campbell territory as the richest Texas Tech alum.
Move over, Cody. See how much of that he actually collects and how the deal gets reworked over time. Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson said he hopes to become a starting quarterback again after recovering from a pair of Achilles tendon injuries that have sidelined him since October of 2024. I think each and every person that walks into the locker room should have the mindset you want to start in this league. That's why we show up each and every day, to be able to go out there and be able to perform on Sundays or whatever day the game is. So, yeah, it's definitely the main focus of why I work hard to be able to come back.
I'll give you 1 each and every, but not 2.
2 each and everys. You already covered each and every. You don't need to go back to each and every again because you have each and you have every.
Right, so I'll give you 1 per statement, but not 2.
He's not going to start again, is he? Sean Watson?
Well,
Start it and keep it.
Quarterback on the team, he should.
Feels like Cleveland will rotate through quarterbacks here for a year and then draft again next year and start over again in that what is supposed to be a quarterback-heavy draft. DJ and PK.
Hashtag college football.
It's because the college football world doesn't think that Texas Tech should be as good as we are. And so we're a target. And we have been even before any of this started. Now, the volume has gone way up. If this had happened at LSU, people would say, it's LSU.
Brendan Sorsby is recovering from an addiction. He's recovering. I've sat down with this young man multiple times, and the things that he is going through and what he's been through is serious. As a society, we've been okay with other things that happens and allowing players to play, and this has been the one thing that has united people that we're against, and it's crazy because it's not murder, it's not beating somebody. So there's a lot of things that we're working through.
First Cody Campbell, then Joey McGuire as Texas Tech defends themselves against seemingly all of college football. Texas Tech has reportedly warned people and schools that may want to sanction them that they intend to challenge anything of that variety in the courts and could seek another injunction to prevent implementation.
Well, the 15 murderers who actually played college football, I'm shocked that happened. That should have never happened. And then, be the victim, Cody. That's it. If this was LSU, everybody would be cheering them, and they would be playing. Of course. We're the victim. Nobody likes us.
Nobody outside of Texas Tech was buying anything Cody had to say there, were they?
This is a week of people who shouldn't play the victim playing the victim.
Everybody was against Texas Tech? Okay. Texas Tech AD Kirby Hocutt put out a letter against Sorsby that says, in part, the situation is hard, it's new, and there is no perfect answer. He went on to make it clear Texas Tech was not part of the injunction process, adding Texas Tech is not a party to Brendan's lawsuit. We did not file it. We did not fund it.
But we allowed them to play because we want to win. Finish the statement.
That is what they're planning on doing. Clearly.
Just say it.
Yeah.
Okay. We want to win games. The courts ruled that he's eligible. If his mental and physical health allow him to play, we're going to play him because we want to win. Family on 3.
Big 12
say it.
Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark expected to meet with his executive committee today, which includes BYU President C. Shane Reese. They are expected to discuss options with regards to the Sorby situation ahead of meeting with all 16 university presidents and chancellors next week on the matter.
So. Seen Shea Reese go.
This is meeting number 2 out of 3. What will they do?
Have a meeting.
Yeah. I suspect the process is AD's made suggestions. Executive Council will come up with one or maybe a couple of
Executive Council.
I think it's a small group of the presidents, but not all 16.
It's a group of 3. Shane Reese and the 2 Kansas schools.
Waste of time.
And then they'll tell the whole group what to do rather than have the whole group argue about every possible option.
There's one option. 2, suspend them or don't.
What about ban them from postseason play?
What's the point at that point?
Well, they want to play in the playoffs. It might intimidate them into not playing them during the regular season. I mean, it'll go to court, and then they'll find out if it works or not.
No. That's he can play 12 games or 10, 13, but he can't play the final 2 or 3. That doesn't make any sense.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag Major League Baseball.
Into the windup. Here's the pitch. Fernando swings, hits it on a line deep to left field. Bladay's going back. This one gonna go! A line drive, game-winning home run, just over the fence in left. And Fernando's second of the year, a game winner against the Reds.
Bases loaded, nobody out. The pitch. Swinging. There's a high drive down the right field line, deep into the corner. It's a grand slam! I can't believe it! The 21-year-old Eldridge has electrified Oracle Park. It's a game-ending grand slam.
Yeah, at that moment, they thought they had the best comeback of the day. Knicks hadn't done their thing yet, but the Giants were trailing Washington 9-1 going to the 8th inning. 5 in the 8th, 5 in the 9th. The walk-off grand slam down 10-7. They win at 11-10.
Yeah, he's supposed to be their number 1 prospect, so.
The future.
Bryce Eldridge is his name, so we'll see what he's able to do.
Shohei Ohtani's ERA is now up over 1. It went from 0.74 to 1.06. Gave up 4 runs, 3 earned. Dodgers lose to Pittsburgh 9-8. They had a 5-run lead. And Pittsburgh rallies in the 7th and goes on to win the game.
I would send him to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, you got to get him dialed in.
I would demote him.
Get him out of the spotlight where he's clearly not comfortable.
Bum.
You're going on rehab.
Yeah. He did hit a home run in the 9th to make it a 1-run game. It was a wild game. It was flicking back and forth.
Pittsburgh with 3 in the 7th, 5 in the 8th to go up 9-6. Yeah, and then win at 9-8. Toronto Blue Jays, Max Scherzer reaches the 3,500 career strikeout milestone as Toronto loses to Philly 7-4. Well into Hall of Fame territory for Max Scherzer, right? Just waiting for the retirement date. 5 years out. Plug him in.
Seems like he's got the numbers that require a hit.
Chicago White Sox, who lost 324 games over 3 years while building themselves back up, now lead the AL Central. They beat Atlanta 2-1. First place, how sweet it is after 3 brutal years.
That's the point.
Yep. 5 games over 500. Battling Cleveland there at the top of the division. Cleveland. Kansas City Royals right-hander Seth Lugo took a 106-mile-an-hour line drive to his forehead off the bat of Brandon Nimmo in their 6-4 loss to Texas. He was able to get up and leave the field without assistance. You have pointed this out consistently, PK, that pitchers are at risk. The ball is hit so hard. They're 60 feet 6 inches away, but when they follow the follow-through coming to the plate, they're 56, 55 feet away, whatever it is. How can you possibly have reaction time and get the glove up every single time?
Yeah, I'm waiting for someone to die.
We saw a base coach killed, and it changed the rule on base coaches and batting helmets and that. And why can't they have a mask on? You see it in a college softball. And if you're watching the World Series, you see it. They change the rules on that all the time. Why not?
I don't know.
Bees beat the Aces 9-7. They'll go again tonight at 7:30. You can listen on 1280 The Zone with Tony Parks on the call. DJ and PK. World Cup starts today. Mexico and South Africa at 1 o'clock. And South Korea and, I want to say Czech Republic. It's Czechia now?
Now known as Czechia.
Czechia, 8 o'clock, the second game. U.S. will start tomorrow. Canada will start tomorrow. But it begins now and goes on for a little more than a month. DJ and PK.
#golf.
The RBC Canadian Open underway, north of the border. TPC Toronto. Tony Finau, Mike Weir already on the course. Patrick Fishburne, the other local in the field. So there's your golf for the weekend, north of the border. DJ and PK.
#NHL.
Stanley Cup Final, game number 5. They're back in North Carolina now. Carolina's up. Carolina 2-2 after winning game 4. We're all tied up. Best 2 out of 3 series. I don't know how they topped the excitement of last night, but it's been a pretty wild and thrilling series. So maybe they got some more craziness, some more OT. Another blown 2-goal lead. Who knows? What is next?
That's the point of watching.
Yep. 6 o'clock tonight, ABC. That's what's trending. Brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. No job too big or too small. Get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. Matt Brown, founder and publisher of the Extra Points newsletter covering college football, joins us at 8 o'clock. Brian Geltzeiler, SiriusXM NBA radio host and NBA TV contributor at 9 o'clock on the classic collapse in New York and the Knicks' wild rally and victory. DJ and PK with the question of the day next. All about the comebacks. Stay with us.
3, 2, 1. This is Scotty G and Coach Tim LeComb.
Come on, this is a guy that fully admitted that he had gambled. He had over $90,000 worth of bets, many including games that he was playing in, teams that he was on, teams that he had insight into game plans, and the injunction is granted. You will see Brandon Sorsby unless an appeal is made, and they're banking on the fact that this injunction will remain in effect until something can happen, and that won't be until after the season is over. So Brandon Sorsby may be playing college football, folks.
The problem in a nutshell is this. We've done this to ourselves.
Oh, yeah. This is self-inflicted.
We have absolutely done this to ourselves. It is in a thirst for right now we got to win because everybody's in an arms race and everybody's trying to compete so hard and we've lost our frickin' way.
Catch Scotty G and Coach weekdays from 10 to 2. Presented by Mountain Land Supply on 97.5 The KSL Sports Zone.
Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's Room of Choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Join Scotty G and the coach Tim LeComb tomorrow 10 to 2 at Tim Dolly Mazda, 10785 South Auto Mall Drive in South Jordan. How about the Knicks comeback? OMG, that is the question of the morning.
Instead of MSG, it is OMG.
OMG at MSG. Mark, your original post sure aged well. I didn't see the original post.
Oh, so what I like to do...
You put up something at halftime about the Spurs blowout?
No, I've done this multiple times. About, I think at the start of the fourth quarter, to bring people in, and then to get them excited, and then just simply
people cruising around social media and commercial break or whatever. Yeah, okay.
I've done it, and it worked. Yeah.
So what'd you put up?
What happened to the Knicks, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Just along those lines, and then you change it, and people get all excited about it. Yeah, sure, it's a ploy to bring people in. It's obvious I do it. And I try to get them in earlier than waiting until the end. Because, I mean, anybody can tell you what happened, but the fun part is to try to get them emotionally involved earlier in. And then they always come back. So, yeah, that's what I've done.
Tony says, can you say the most epic choke job of all time? Irregardless if they win or lose, a 29-point lead. 15 points after 3 quarters. Up 20 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Epic mess.
If you want to go that way, and when Wembanyama missing the 2 free throws, I mean, in a game like this, everything counts, right? It's all magnified. You can I don't know that you can put one play over the next as, that was more important. But
that's a big one. That's the kind of thing when that happens, I'm sitting there like, well, the basketball gods aren't going to let you win after you do that. Although, to be fair, when Fox threw the ball to nobody in particular at midcourt and Hart took off and missed the layup that would have given the lead with 2 minutes to go, I thought, well, when the basketball gods, they're not going to let you win after you do that.
Yeah, he got
Somebody's
in between
got
laying it up and dunking it.
Yep.
And you got to be decisive. You're going to do one or the other. And he took off and wasn't quite ready, close enough to dunk it, and so he was a little awkward there. That would have been a massive play.
That would have been a massive play, but he gets past because they won the game.
Mm-hmm.
As far as all-time collapses, isn't Mets Red Sox Game 6 a little dribbler up the line through Buckner's legs? Because it wasn't just that play. I mean, that's a play one remembers, but it was everything that happened in the inning leading up to that. It was in the half inning, not making the substitution and getting Buckner out. I want to win with my guys, and you didn't put your best defensive team on the field when you were 3 outs away from winning. So I always thought that was up there as an all-time collapse.
Okay.
This has to go up there as an all-time collapse.
Yeah, no question.
The people were going to the Super Bowl, the Falcons, all-time collapse, 28-3 over the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
I couldn't recall one play from that game.
There's a big 2-point conversion in it. But you're right, it's a blur in the comeback. But those are 3 that came to my mind right away.
Sure.
Fine. Houston Oilers went to Buffalo and blew a 35-3 game.
Rats.
In the playoffs. Matthew sees all the positives in it. What an epic game. The atmosphere was electric in the fourth quarter. Watching Seinfeld at the end was awesome, along with Adam Sandler. Celebrities gawking. Fired Matthew up.
Well, in that moment, outside of the proximity to the court, they're just fans.
Yep.
Now, they have the wherewithal and the financial means to get as close as possible to the floor. The rest of us don't. But other than that, we've seen that plenty of times where they are just Joe fan, Mary fan. And you're dealing with a lot of people who are from that area and have been there for a long time, if not literally natives, so they get fired up about it. I've accepted that that's the way it is, going to all the Laker games over the years and being in the finals, literally covering finals games.
You've seen more stars than you can list right now.
Yeah.
And there were more stars last night than you could list right now.
And they just become regular people caught up. Either they're caught up in the moment, and I'm not going to say Taylor Swift's some lifelong Knicks fan when you see her at the Cavs games with her husband-to-be who's from Cleveland, and so they get excited. But there are plenty that have literally been lifelong Knicks fans because that's where they're from and that's where they've lived their whole lives. I understand that. So, yeah, it's cool to see them, I guess, but they're no different than the people in the top row who've been Knick fans their whole lives at that moment. They're just or they're famous. The other people aren't.
Steve says, imagine being up by as many as 29 points and feeling like you still have to hoist up 15 three-pointers and only 22 point attempts. And you score only 4 points in the paint with a 7-4 phenom on your team. Today's NBA basketball is unwatchable.
I don't understand it. To me, it's not unwatchable. Sometimes in the regular season, it gets boring if they're clanking them. I just don't understand the logic. I never will. It doesn't make any sense to me. When you have the lead, why waste possessions? Why not try to go up 39?
It makes no sense at all to shoot a really low percentage shot. The one before it goes in. Anybody could identify it as a low percentage shot, and you're taking it with 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Because they're wasting possessions because they think they've got a big lead. It's the only thing I could think of.
And starting to panic a little bit already. Even though the shot I'm thinking of right now is early third quarter, there was already a little.
A wide open three is a low percentage shot.
That I think can be debated, but we don't have to debate it because that's not what was happening.
The numbers show it. Doesn't mean it's a bad shot. It's a low percentage shot.
I don't want to argue math with you right now about 3 is more than 2 and effective field goal percentage. I mean, I get your point is that you're
talking about the shot.
50% on a two-pointer.
I'm talking about the effective
35 on a three.
Effective this. The percentages are, it's lower.
But the reward is higher.
The closer you are, it's going to be a higher percentage. I'm not saying whether it's a bad shot or not the smart shot. I'm just speaking, you two, and we'll be on here tomorrow. You two will, and I'll just sit here when you and Locke go to town. I usually text Jake on that. We have conversations back and forth if you want to know the truth while you two are going to town because you all know basketball. And the numbers show guys who build their careers on numbers, it's a lower percentage shot. That doesn't mean it's a bad shot. I'm just talking strictly numbers.
Their second half shots were not only low percentage, they were lower than typical, and they were bad shots.
Okay.
That's
another story,
I thought
though.
They were making bad choices out there early in the shot clock.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not saying I don't. I'm just saying that it is by definition, it's a low percentage shot.
Jessica, so a lot of people did react. A lot of these are about why the Knicks lost. As I read them, they burned their core out the first 2 games. The backup role players look lost. The ones that have not played enough. Referring to the Knicks. This is why the Knicks have dug the hole.
Right, and I think it's fun to do that. That's why I put it up early or earlier.
So be warned, people. He'll do it again if you give him the chance.
Yeah. Well, there's a blowout.
Saturday night.
I've done that. Yeah.
Be ready.
And then they go, and then you change it.
Melody says the Spurs let that one get away. That was crazy. And the Knicks owe OG bonus money. OG was really good. He capped it with a good play, but he had a really good game. He's a
hustle guy.
Yeah, when a lot of people on both teams were not covering themselves in glory, he was. He was a really strong performance by him.
He is a meat and potatoes player.
Yeah. And
he's just going to ball. He's going to give you everything he has, and then they're going to interview him afterward on the floor, and he's going to act like it was the middle of January. I love the guy.
33 points. 7 of 9 from 3. He had it going. But 3 of 6 from 2 and 6 of 6 at the line.
Oh, if they win this series, and obviously they got to win 1 of 3, he'll go down in lore. In New York Knicks lore. He will be forever remembered in the biggest city that we have in this country, and he will be, for the rest of his life, held in such high esteem. And good for him, man.
Yeah.
I love guys who are kind of junkyard dogs, just out there. If a wall is there and you can't go around it and you need to do something to get the ball, you go through it. And he does. I don't know how you don't love the guy. And he doesn't bring a claim to himself. He's not hooping and hollering, look at me, beating his chest, pulling his jersey back so I could see his heart instead of his con-knipple. Right? Does he do any of that?
No, I don't think so. I think he's more...
he's old school.
That was exactly the phrase I was going to go through.
Who doesn't like that?
OG.
How are you not a fan of this man?
OG is the OG.
I mean, if you're a Spurs fan, I get it, but I'm not either or. I mean,
No,
I have
but
a
I think
preference
he's-
for the Knicks because of my history.
Yeah, I think he's really popular in New York. He gives it up on the defensive
balls.
end. At the start of the series, I was hearing all kinds of stuff
Yeah.
about matchups and who he's defending and how good a job he does on people, including Wemby. It's like he'll just go out there and compete. It's old school. It's
Right.
Jerry Sloan would love to coach the guy. I mean, generationally, they're obviously wrong, but he's got
for
that.
sure. He's a Jerry Sloan guy.
Yeah, he's got that spirit. So, and then he gets the game-winning tip on top of it.
But he has the intelligence to go speeding down the middle,
Well,
and knowing that Wemby's way over there, and the Spurs got a bunch of 6'5" guys outside of Wemby.
They had him inbound the ball because they trust him in that situation. We've seen that messed up with someone making a terrible inbounds pass.
Sure, but they don't even guard the inbounds pass.
Nope.
The Knicks guard the inbounds pass, and Towns gets a finger on it. That slows up the play.
Yeah, straight to the rim.
Yeah.
Straight to the rim.
Right.
The harder you work, the luckier you get.
If OG wants it before they take off to San Antonio, he can get free pizza in the city today.
Free pie, right? No one calls it pizza.
Pie? A slice. They if you want the whole thing.
Okay, so if you want to slice it,
this is no time to eat a whole pie.
Can't be weighted down like that.
Wait a couple days. Get the win Sunday.
Yeah. He is, for the series now, he's averaging 24 points a game. He's shooting 58% from the floor and 55% from the three-point line and 91% from the free throw line.
Guy's a baller.
Wow. Having a series.
I appreciate what he brings and what he does. I just like the fact that he works.
And the Knicks fans are really appreciating it right now.
I just love that he works. So the stats are great. There's no doubt about it. These stats that you just read are great.
But they love him for all the other stuff he does and the way he'll play at the defensive end of the floor and on down the
Never
line.
give up.
Nope.
That's what you want, man. And then this way, if you lose, well, you got nothing to be ashamed about. I don't think.
You left it all out there.
Yeah, and he does. Yeah. And then he just stands there. Yeah, well, the lane was open, and
he's playing 37 minutes a game, and he's had 2 turnovers in the entire series. And that's why he inbounds the ball. They can trust him. He's not going to cough that thing up. Let's see. More feedback coming in about the Knicks. This is Spurs hit a record 14 threes in the first half. They had the biggest lead on the road ever. In the finals, Jesse is stunned by the sheer magnitude of the collapse.
Well,
I think we all are.
I can see that.
You could say it as many different ways with as many different stats as you want.
Actually, sure, we're stunned in a sense, but as it's happening, you're not stunned.
No, the whole time
because you don't go from 29 to 2.
Well, at 29, I was thinking as the lead hit 25 and then it bounced around, it was starting to head back to 20. I was thinking how many times you sat here and said, a 20-point lead in the NBA isn't safe anymore. If the guys are if they're cold from 3, it's a disaster. But if they got any kind of a roll at all from 3, you hit 4 or 5 of them and you're right back in the game. And you know they can. It's part of the lure why they keep shooting.
As long as the other guy isn't.
Right. And the Spurs took the lead. I mean, when the lead was going double digits, I think it was like 31 to 20 or something at one point, and there was a graphic up. They said they're 6 of 8 from 3, and then I think it was 31-17. And I think the Knicks at that point were like 2 of 6 or 2 of 7 from 3. Kind of a normal number for the Knicks. A little cool, but not a big deal. I was thinking, well, the difference in the game right now is 4 3-pointers. This is 12 points. It'd be 19-17, and nobody think anything of it. And the problem at that point was the Knicks had a ton of lethargy, and the Spurs were getting great looks. They were passing ball 3, 4, 5 times again, wide open shots.
Well, sure, they were great front runners.
So when the Knicks played better defense in the second half, I mean, to their credit, the best thing the Knicks did in this, you got to keep playing. But at 29, I got to remember thinking, well, we are well beyond PK's 20-point margin. You just don't see 29-point leads at. But they went on a 10-0 run early in the third, is back to 20, and there's still a quarter and a half
That's
to
what I'm
go.
saying. It's not really a 29-point lead, because that 10-0 run just eliminates that.
It's so fast. Yeah,
and so then you got to go from that point, and then you go from that point. If it's stuck at 15 for a good while.
Right,
basically.
But 15 and a quarter was
that's what I'm saying.
doable.
It's doable, yeah, especially
Right.
at home. You got the crowd
We
and
see
everything.
35 to 20 quarters, so it could happen.
Yeah.
And
the Knicks have a history. They did it against Cleveland, and so they know to keep playing. And San Antonio has a history, this particular team, and maybe its youth, of gagging.
The Spurs scored 30 points in the second half.
Yeah.
30 points in 24 minutes. Totally opened the door for the Knicks. And the Knicks scored 58, and it turns out to be just enough. I did think that one of the better takes I heard, and I don't know who to credit it to, but it wasn't you because I wasn't talking to you. We try to save it for the show. If we start talking the night before the show, we've done that. We've messed it up.
Yeah, I don't want pillow talk with you.
Yeah, dude. Stop. So, Yak loved it, though. Yak's in there. Yak's busting up. Low-hanging fruit, Yak.
I do the show for him.
Might as well.
He's the classic Utah.
Might as well.
He's also not joking that he legitimately texts me when you and Locke get on these diatribes.
Oh, I know. I see him over there doing it. Yeah.
He literally last week, how are you today?
So the thought was that some of the blame for this, obviously Wemby deserves some blame, and Fox. Wemby's the best player. He misses 2 massive free throws. He's 4 of 18 in the last 3 quarters. So there's a bunch of blame for him. There's a bunch of blame for Fox. He had 2 brutal turnovers. He's the highest paid player. He's the adult in the room, all that kind of stuff. He went to the bucket with 10 seconds left when he could have tried to dribble out at least a portion of the clock before getting fouled and having to shoot big free throws. But that's, and obviously some
OG would have stole the ball from him.
Possibly, but I just didn't think going, OG's looming on your shoulder. Like, really? You think now's the time? What, that guy looming? Okay, whatever.
He would have stole the ball if he didn't block it.
But the front office, that's a really young team, and they brought up, like, when Kobe and Shaq were young and trying to get over the hump, and they had playoff struggles. They brought in Ron Harper, to a lesser degree Brian Shaw, but Ron Harper had won the championships and knew the coach and knew the system and could be the adult. And that the Warriors brought in Iguodala, and to a lesser degree brought in Sean Livingston, who, like Shaw, provided valuable minutes, didn't have the same resume. Where are the 2 guys like that? I mean, maybe you could say that Fox is the
Well,
Shaw.
guys on the bench, but they're not playing them.
I know. Well, they're not playing them. Are they good enough to have? Did they bring in the right guys? I mean, Olynyk's sitting over there. He's a big, not a guard. Did they bring in the right kind of guard? And will they need to add somebody like that in the offseason?
And then they sit Harper,
which makes no sense.
They've done it multiple times.
I know.
This Mitch Johnson, he's not going to go down as an illustrious MJ.
On your list of great MJs, he's going to be ways down the list. You got Michael Jordan. You got Michael Jackson.
Magic Johnson.
That's 3. He's 4th at best. All right, DJ PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Matt Brown at 8 o'clock. Stay with us.
Welcome to This is Jay Scott and Ben Anderson.
John Kurtz joins us. You can find his podcast, Open for Business, the Big 12 podcast, talking about the Sorsby trial. I don't think anybody expected him to be available to play next year, and now that looks exactly to be the case.
Texas Tech already had a lot of attention on them, but that has ratcheted up about tenfold now. And, I mean, you talk about being the villain. From a Big 12 perspective, Tech thumped everybody minus Arizona State last year, so you're tired of losing to them. So you've got fans in the conference with a ton of built-up animosity. And now you throw on top of that this situation with Brendan Sorsby. If they're going to have him playing quarterback, Texas Tech might as well line up. They should just dress as Darth Vader when they come out there. Forget the helmets, man. Get the Darth Vader mask and just wear those out on the field. Like, they are going to get more heat than any college football team that I can remember this year. People are going to be rooting very hard against them.
Catch Jake and Ben afternoons from 2 to 6 on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.
Join Scotty G and the coach, Tim Lacombe, Monday the 15th. They're going to be in Nephi, Bar Dub Grill off exit 222 in Nephi. They'll be doing their show live on location from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about stopping there. I wasn't sure exactly which exit it was. I was going into the summer games and then coming back.
Well,
and
then put in your phone, Bar W Beef.
I should have. I know. I should have.
You got the GPS thing in your phone. Take it right to the front door.
It occurred to me as
smartphone.
It occurred to me as I was driving through town, but I was racing there to get there for the live shot, and then I came back and went through there early Saturday morning.
When you became a sports specialist.
Yes, it was on the sports specialist.
Sports specialist David James.
Yeah.
Say it with some gravitas there. Don't just spit it out.
Hackneyed, blowhard PK. Joining us now.
Join us 9 to blow through the stop sign in Jeremiah Jensen's eyes at the Rose Bowl. Patrick Kinahan.
Wind him up and let him go. How about Big Vic? This is his darkest moment. He's only 22 years old, but he's running around. I'm in your head. I'm in your head. I'm in your head. And then you go to the free throw line. You clank two. Yeah, and then you're standing flat-footed in the biggest defensive rebound
of your career.
This iteration of the Spurs. Do you have to tell some Mitchell Robinson that you're in his head?
Nope.
Multiple times?
Taunting
up and down the floor?
Taunting the basketball gods.
You're Big Vic, and he's Mitchell Robinson.
You don't even make eye contact. Don't even talk to him. He's not worth your time. You're you. You're you. You're about, I don't know, probably you can play 15 more years, so you're 20 years away from your Hall of Fame induction.
How embarrassing.
Yeah, and he's out there trying not to hurt a broken finger.
And he's Mitchell Robinson, who the whole goal is to actually shoot a free throw that's above 10 feet so it has a chance to go in.
Hack a Mitchell Robinson there early in the third. Was it late third? It was third quarter. Anyway.
His free throws are fast break opportunities for the other team.
Keep your eyes up and get your hands up because that rebound might hurt somebody.
He might as well do a shot put thing where he twirls around 3 times.
Yeah. Staggering at the free throw line.
And Big Vic is telling us he's in his guy's head, who's a nobody. He's in the NBA, but still.
You're right, Big Vic. And it's going to come back to haunt you. People are going to mock this moment.
And then you're at the free throw line, and you can't even make one.
You just take the OG Anunoby attitude. Just head down, keep plowing forward. Celebrate after you win.
Bottom line is you don't mess with people from the metropolitan area. It doesn't turn out good.
Not the tri-state area. You can mess with Connecticut. But the metro area, more New York and Jersey.
I'm talking a grimy area. The people from the grimy
Not your
areas.
Beautiful upstate stuff.
Yeah, not where you're one of the 10 richest counties in the world.
Somewhere where the sun never hits the pavement all day long because the skyscrapers are so big.
Yeah, if I ever where I grew up, if I saw a blade of grass, I wouldn't know what it was.
Then how'd you play all that baseball you tell us about?
Because that's the perception, but it's not even close to reality. You get 30 miles out, you're in the country. It's just like here, people can't get past, they don't understand. Hey, I live 10 miles from Snowbird. I can go in the woods, in creeks, and so forth, in canyons, in minutes. It's hard for people to imagine that, but that's what you got there.
The first time my sister-in-law came out, she said, we just went through like 5 different microclimates in like 35 minutes. How did that happen?
And you know, my family, we've never once discussed microclimates.
I was surprised when she used that word. It always stuck with me. Like, ooh, we're talking microclimates.
That's the educated.
It was literally the first time I met her.
The highfalutin society that you grew up in.
She's like your sister with the advanced degrees.
But you grew up with 2 college-educated parents. I grew up with 0.
I did.
Yeah. That's a difference between me and you.
True story.
Yeah. That's where my perspective is looking up. Your perspective is looking down.
That's not true.
And who's looking down now? Are the Spurs out of it? Because I could say no, they're not. You have to somehow block it out. You have to muster that inner strength mentally.
Well, what they're telling themselves now, whether it works or not, is they're going to have 2 days to get really mad at themselves, and they'll have their crowd amping them up. We've seen plenty of times where
they're 0-2,
where a team's down 3-1 and they're coming home. And, yeah, you're not going to lose every home game forever. I mean, you're going to – so they win Game 5. Now they're coming back to the Garden saying we just have to get this because the Knicks want no part of a Game 7 back in San Antonio, which no team in that position should. So you got to figure out at that point how to win Game 6 at the Garden, and you can pull the shocker. So you can talk yourself and rationalize yourself into it.
But I view the Knicks, I mean, come on. The Spurs have folded. They'll fold again. They won a Game 7 on the road. We've had 2 closeouts on the Game 7s that were the road team has won. It's not anybody's game, but if I'm a longtime Knick fan, I do have a little bit of history there going way back as a youngster. This is no time to celebrate.
Agree with that. Finish. What was Kobe's line? Finish the job. Job's not done. That's what he said. Job's not done.
Right.
Oh, but you're up 3-1. You got another one. Job's not done.
And with that in mind, I think you were up 2-0 when he said that.
Okay.
You are fortunate we always say, well, you got to steal one on the road. Well, they've stolen 2. Game 2 and Game 4. And you have to think, I'm not one to act like the Spurs are dead. As long as you learn from these things, and even if it's not this year and you get a title next year or the year after, that's okay. Because if you go through stuff for the first time, you shouldn't be at your best. As long as you learn from it, that's a metaphor for life, really, that if you have a difficulty and you make some mistakes, you do some dumb things, if you learn from that and turn it into a positive, okay, I can live with that.
And given the situation they find themselves in now, the predicament they have put themselves in, that's probably the message they need to hear and the message they need to absorb. You got to learn from that.
Right.
When you're taking a little longer view, and you can because you're doing a sports talk show, not coaching the team, the message has to be: learn from this. Just go win Game 5.
Right. Well, that's all you're from. That's all you can do.
Go win Game 5.
You can't win Game 6 until you win Game 5. So yeah, I understand that, but I do look at it as a developmental process here, going through it. And they are a bunch of younger guys, and they have this opportunity. Losing in the final this year, although it would be crushing, particularly in the manner in which you lost Game 2 and Game 4, I understand that completely. But it's not the end of the Spurs by any stretch. It's not the end of Victor Wembanyama by any stretch. There's plenty of time, given their youth, to redeem themselves. And I would suspect at some point in the next 5 years that they are going to get a title. And it's going to... Because of that, it's going to taste sweeter because of the struggle. That's the way it is, man. Any success you have that is on the backs of struggle is sweeter because you didn't give up and you fought through and you kept plowing and grinding.
Brian Giltzeiler, SiriusXM NBA radio host and NBA TV contributor, will join us at 9 o'clock. We will have more on the wild and wacky Game 4 of the NBA Finals and the Spurs collapse and the Knicks comeback. We'll get to all that with Brian Giltzeiler at 9 o'clock. Matt Brown, founder and publisher of the Extra Points newsletter covering college football. We'll talk with him about Texas Tech and the mess in the Big 12 and what Brett Yormark and the Big 12 president should do. And we will talk with him next. Stay with us.
Summer is all about freedom, fun, and growing up. And between the ages of 9 and 13, kids are starting to form their views about alcohol. With more independence, their still developing brains need more guidance and support than ever. That's why summer is the perfect time to stay connected and plan fun, safe family activities together. Research shows kids who spend quality time with their parents doing what they enjoy are less likely to drink underage. And when kids feel close to you, they're more likely to listen, especially when you set clear expectations. In fact, kids who drink before 15 are far more likely to struggle with alcohol later. This summer, create a no-bummer summer with fun, alcohol-free activities for your kids. Go to summer.parentsempowered.org to take a quick quiz and discover ideas tailored to your family. A little time together can make a big difference. For more information and to learn more about how to prevent underage drinking, visit parentsempowered.org.